Hello, my name is Marcus and welcome to Lord of the Rings month. Here in December it's a Tabletop Reviews and it is Lord of the Rings Journey to Mordor. This is the second game that I got from Ultra Pro Entertainment. Lord of the Rings Battle for Middle-earth was also a game from them. This is a small little roll and write. Let's get it to the table, see it set up and played. Right, Journeys to Mordor. Let's get... Okay. Marks, moves to the side. So pens aren't included. These are some I've had to buy on the side here. Now each player will get a sheet, just like this. Where you can select the character up here. And then you also have these 5 colored dice. So the game is pretty simple. Where some person is and rolls dice. And every turn you have to keep one of the rolled symbols. If there at any point, like here, is 2 of these Nazgul symbols, you must keep at least one of them. But you can keep as many dice if you want, as long as it's not the same symbol. Let's talk about what the symbols do. So, the ring symbol, right here, allows you to move along the ring path, starting right here, all the circle squares. And it's all about reaching the end here at Mordor. Whoever does that first is the winner. So, ring symbols are nice. Then you have the orc symbols. Now, orc symbols cancel your ring symbols. No matter how many orc symbols you have or how many ring symbols you have, one orc cancels all your ring symbols. But you can cancel orc symbols with fellowship symbols. It's 1-to-1, so 1 fellowship for 1 orc. You then have Gandalf symbol here. And he will split up this path right here, the squares, so we divide them in half. And that's good, because the Nazgul will move along this track. And if they reach Mordor before you do, then you are dead, or have lost, or whatever. And that is, of course, the Nazgul. One of these symbols makes them move 1 step. But the Nazgul are a bit special, because with the colored die here, rolling a Nazgul symbol with one of these means that you're attacking that specific character. So if you are Frodo, for example, a red, a blue, or a green would not matter to you. That would attack your opponents. Now the black die is also your die, so it affects you, the Nazgul symbol there. And as I said, 1 Nazgul symbol is, you can ignore that, but if you have 2, you must keep at least one of them. You can keep as many as you want, just not the same symbol more than once. And you have this little white symbol, the little tree symbol here. And the tree symbol allows you to, let's say, you roll the tree symbol along with that roll, and you've been lucky enough to have maybe a fellowship and a ring. And then you decide to take this extra ring you rolled here, and the tree, ending your turn here with 2 ring symbols. You could do that as well. So yeah, whoever reaches Mount Doom first wins, Mordor first wins. If you do it, multiple people do it in 1 turn, it's whoever has the least amount of Nazgul symbol or the most amount of tracks left in this one. And that's the game. There you go, that's the setup and gameplay. Another very quick game from these guys with the Lord of the Rings theme. Setup is obviously very easy. A pen and a paper. What I will say, and it also might come up in my components a bit, but I hate the fact that there are pencils in it. Like 4 pencils, how much would that cost extra to put in each? I don't know, but I would happily have paid $5 extra to have pencils in it. Like maybe even 6. Probably even 6. I just hate the fact that you needed to provide it. Of course I do have some, now there are some pencils in here permanently, but it's just annoying, I think. I would rather pay more. But the gameplay here is just like Battle for Middle-earth. It is quite simple, rolling the dice and then crossing off whatever, you know. There's of course more choice with how rolling the dice, pushing your luck mechanic. Generally I do like roll and writes. What I like about this one is that you are kind of trying to also annoy your opponents a little bit in it. It's a bit of a take that element, but I think it is a fun way to implement it, where there is this one specific way that you could do it, but you are also risking maybe taking some punishment. So I do like it. The tree symbol on the black die, we never really use that fully. I don't know, maybe I can see how it's useful when, if you know, you have 2 rings, but nothing to defend yourself with. Then maybe you take the 3. We just never got it. We almost always rolled all of the dice. So yeah, but I like the mechanic having to choose. You always have to choose a die, and if there is more than one of the Nazgul symbols, you have to choose it. It leaves you with, you know, wanting good luck, and bad luck can win a game for you, man. But you can also sort of manipulate it, right, with the choices that you make and the color of the dice that you choose. You know, you have 2 ring symbols. I can only keep one of them. Which one am I going to keep? Well, I am the red player, so I'm going to keep the red die. So maybe I can punish the green player. There are these choices in it that give the illusion of that, and I like it. And in the end, the die faces, you just need to learn what they mean, and then they're very simple. Like, I think we took about a round where everybody got to roll the die, and then we're like, okay, we get what the dice faces mean now, let's go. And then we just went until the end of the game. So yeah, that's fine. Gameplay there. It's a lovely gameplay. The theme. Let's take about that one real quick. I mean, as a solitary game, the theme makes sense. You are trying to get to Mordor, you're passing through these places that you would have passed through. Maybe not fully, like Helm's Deep is on there. That's not the hobbits that are going through there. So, and then of course you're trying to avoid the Nazgul. So it makes okay sense in that one as a solitary game. As a multiplayer game, it obviously doesn't make sense. The hobbits were not trying to get to Mordor before everybody else. They're trying to get there together. So it falls apart as a competitive game because you're all hobbits. So yeah, but it is just like Lord of the Rings, Battle of Middle-earth. There is a theme there, and I like it probably a little bit more because of it. But it's definitely not because of the theme you're getting this game. It is because it is a lovely, fast game. Let's talk about the components in here. The pad of paper is about the side pad you want. The dice are lovely. The color shines through, the symbols are easy to see. I really like the dice in here. I will mention the pencils again. There are no pencils in here, you need to provide those yourself. I hate that. I really, really hate that. Just provide it to me. Yeah, but I overcame it. I got a hold of some dead pencils and we played it. And that's all the components that are in here / not in here, and they're fine. Good quality components. So, does it lie to you? And it says right here, for 2 to 4 players, about 30 minutes playing time, ages 8+. Now, on the Battle for Middle-earth, it said 8 to adult. Here it just says 8+, so 8 and up. You should just put that on your game, normally. The other one is really good. But 2 to 4 players, sure. Again, this is the kind of game that where the playing time and the amount of players will handle, because at 4 players, everybody got to go through it, but at 2 players, it's just back and forth. So yeah, I would probably play this at high play count, honestly. Although it takes longer time, there's more activity and a little bit like you keep an eye on others, like, are you going to punish me? Because then I'm going to try and punish you as well, or something like that. This back and forth here. So I would probably recommend it at higher player counts because it is more interaction, you're having more fun back and forth. I know that much interaction there isn't, but I like it there. But 2 and 3 is fine as well, making the game a little bit faster. So 30-minute playing time. At 4, I honestly felt like it was longer than that. I know it was a teaching game, but this kind of game should not add a bunch of time to teaching. So I felt like it was longer than that, maybe just unlucky with the dice rolls. If you're more lucky with the dice rolls, it would probably take a shorter amount of time. So I think it takes a little bit longer at 4, and then maybe it's about 30 minutes at 3, and then a little bit less at 2. So maybe about 10 minutes per player, I think would have been an accurate time to say. But again, if you are a bit more lucky with your dice rolls, you might get to Mordor just immediately. So, 8 and up, I would agree with that one. You can go a little bit lower on this one, because it's just about remembering symbols and then moving on the Mordor track. You can easily play with this with a younger person. So my score for this one is, just like with Battle of Middle-earth, it is going to be a 7 out of 10. Again, I like the gameplay. This is a simple and fun gameplay with dial, roll and write. I love those. It loses out again on the theme, like sure, it's there, but it's sort of not there. And in the end, it's a very simple game. Like, there is not much to it. You could have added a little few things, but it is a very simple game. And I'm not to say that simple games are going to be brought down, but it feels like it wants to be more. It just isn't. But 7 out of 10, and I am definitely keeping it, because again, it is a very simple game that people seem to enjoy, so we might actually play it some more. I will see this getting to the table quite a bit more. So yeah, another review done here. I hope you're enjoying, and I will see you in the next one. Bye!